obviously we're focused on the next one now. It offensively, they work hard to get paint touches. We call it a punch and spray when we kick it out to our shooters in the corner, and they do a great job of just leading by example, of leading this group.
Tonight you're hosting St. Francis de Sales, always a tough team that comes into any game, and Coach Murphy has this team always ready. They're a little bit younger this year, but they're still going to be well coached. What do you make of the Stallions coming into this one?
Yeah, obviously, you never know what Coach Murphy's going to throw at you. So some guys that, can create some problems for you defensively. They're very similar to us. They're young. They're incredibly athletic. They shoot the ball really, really well. Cromwell, number 20, is a really good catch-and-shoot guy that we have to limit. Looking forward to it.
That kind of matchup, and, you've gone against DeSales before, but is there any kind of intimidation when you go up against any kind of coach that's been around and had such success around the area?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's an intimidation. It's more of a respect for sure. You just have to understand they're going to know what you're doing, and they're going to be prepared for what you expect thing and move on to the next one.
Coach, best of luck, and talk to you at the next one.
Thanks, Brent. Appreciate it.
On COSN.
This has been Warhawk Pregame on Central Ohio Sports Network.
Welcome to today's game. This is Paul Keels, and you know how much I love broadcasting the Buckeyes, but I also love high school sports. On behalf of the OHSAA, let's all do our part to set a good example. And, high school sports are about much more than the wins and losses. They teach life lessons that will be with the players long after their playing days are over. Good luck to both teams, and remember to respect the game.
Connect with Central Ohio Sports Network on Twitter and Instagram at COSN Audio, and like us on COSN social media. Will have score updates, pictures from the game today. Central Ohio Sports Network, sports coverage by the fans.
The following is a broadcast presentation of Central Ohio Sports Network.
Dylan Edens with the game winner at the buzzer! Lemaire for a quick three near side. Got it! Westerville Central wins it in double overtime. Clark drives the shot. Good! Quincy Clark! Westerville Central gets the win over Westerville South. The district champs are Westerville Central for the first time in school history. And a dunk for M.J. Davis. Tillman with a last-second three! Oh! Back up, and it's in! Oh, my gosh! No way! Holy crap! Westerville Central wins it at the buzzer! Toss South! Westerville Central to the Final Four! Dribbling it out is Quincy Clark. Central is going to win their third district title in team history. It's time for basketball inside the Hawks Nest. Welcome to Central Ohio Sports Network's broadcast presentation. Westerville Central Warhawks. Brent Ford, Lance Wyatt, statistician Skip Ford with you as we get set for tonight's matchup here inside Warhawk Gymnasium. National anthem, and we'll do that right now.
Please stand, remove your hats, and join us in honoring America by singing By the dawn's early hail, at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Back to me for this, and man, am I excited for these three keys. It's all a way of generating extra possessions. If we can do that, we're gonna win the ball game. Key number one, we gotta play with patience in this ball game. We know that Coach Murphy and company are gonna try and speed us up and generate turnovers in the full court. We gotta make sure we keep our head up at all times while we're dribbling the ball and, using all 5 teammates to get that ball popping at all times. Key to victory number 2, we got to own the glass. This is a bigger team than the Worthington-Kilbourne team we were facing last week. But it doesn't matter. I know the way that Coach Shawver wants us to play, and if we can put bodies on men and we're able to generate offensive rebounds by attacking the glass and taking advantage of them ball watching, it'll put us in a place for success. And then key to victory number 3, we must win the turnover battle. There's going to be a time in this ball game where it gets sloppy with all the physicality in this game. We got to make sure that the turnover battle is going in our way if we want to win this ball game.
Well, it's going to be a fun night for basketball. Thank you for that, Lance. As Westerville Central, I know you love giving your 3 keys to victory. And it's true. I agree with all those. I think those would be critical for Westerville Central in this game. So let's get to your starting lineups for tonight's game. First, for the DeSales Stallions, wearing their purple road uniforms with black numerals trimmed out in white and a curse of Stallions across the chest. Starting at guard, a 6'3" senior, number 1, Davin Amankwa. A 6' junior, number 3, Leandre Marshall Neal. At forward, he's a 6'3" junior, number 4, Grant Weekly. At guard, a 5'11" senior, number 20, Chase Cromwell. And a junior standing 6 foot, number 21, Ethan Harrigold. Have that win against Tri-Valley, 79-43. Now the starting lineups for the Warhawks of Westerville Central. Starting at guard, a 6 foot senior captain, 0, Tyler Gooden. On the wing, a 6'3" senior captain, number 1, Matt Brett. At guard, number 3, Mason Gooden. And at forward, a 6'5" junior, number 20, Makai Ross. The Warhawks in their home white uniforms with the black coach, Max Shaver, and are coming off a win against Worthington-Kilbourne right here in the Hawks Nest, 75-44. The game number 510 in program history as the Warhawks are ready to tip things off against the DeSales. Things started as well. Thanks for joining us on this snowy, cold night here from Westerville Central High School. The Warhawks will go left to right as we see it, and the Stallions will go right to the opening tip. Matt Brett, Grant Weekly of DeSales. And we are underway into the air. Some pushing and shoving, and we're going to start with a jump ball. They're going to re-jump it, I believe, is what they'll do on that.
Not wasting any time getting to the floor in this game for both teams. It's exactly what you want to see.
They got right there. So now a new jump ball. Harrigold will take it against Frazier of Westerville Central. Tipped into the air, picked up by Tyler Good. The floor quickly. Harrigold into the near side corner, trapped. Gets it out, stolen away by Mason Gooden. Up the floor, Tyler Gooden. Right side of the lane, lays it up, draws the foul. Bucket doesn't go, but he'll go for 2.
Great defense into offense from the Warhawks there on the first defensive possession of the game. Looks like the DeSales were a little bit, out of sorts there down the court, and it led to an easy trap in the corner. That's how you get out and run.
At the line is Tyler Gooden. As his first one misses front of the rim. Foul was on Marshall Neal, his first, team's first. 19 seconds in, and we've had several change of possessions. And that second one rims in and out, no good for Tyler Gooden. So 7:37 to play, first quarter. DeSales with a set offense finally. Harrigold will come top of the key, works it to Marshall Neal. Neal drives to the right elbow, brings it back out. Marshall Neal finds Harrigold to the left point. Harrigold will dribble it inside, finds a flashing Amankwa. Amankwa left block, up against Tyler Gooden, spins, puts it up for 2.
That's playing. He loves using his size, getting to the paint, and taking advantage of it. It's a great job of it there.
Matt Brett trying to get the basketball in, goes up top, finds Tyler Gooden at midcourt. Slings it far corner for a 3. Mason Gooden on the drive, I should say. Does draw the foul that time, 7:06 first quarter clock. And the foul is going to go on Chase Cromwell of DeSales for his first, team's second. Inbounding Logan Frazier, far baseline. Out to Ross. Ross on that far sideline. Now skips it outside to Mason Gooden. Gooden, free throw line, near side. Frazier gathers for a 3. Hits side of the rim, no good. Amankwa with a rebound. Outlets it up the floor to Harrigold. Harrigold on that high right side, picked it up, finds Amankwa. Around the arc right side to Marshall Neal. Neal checked by Tyler Gooden.
Redirects traffic. Marshall Neal, one-handed pass underneath to Grant Weekly. Spins on the right block, puts up the shot. No, draws the foul. Had some contact in there. Foul is going to go against Logan Frazier. That'll be his first, team's first, and it'll put Grant Weekly at the line for DeSales. It's a 2-0 lead for DeSales right now at 6:35 first quarter to play. Weekly with his first free throw, back iron miss, no good. Another one for Weekly. He missed that first one. Eyes at toes, it shoots it. Rolls off the rim, no good. No one's made free throws so far in this game. Logan Frazier will have it for Westerville Central. Center circle, working left to right as he works the silver and black offense. Dribbles to his left, and that should be a 5-second call. Unfortunately, he was not going to get the call. Pat Murphy really wanted it. Matt Brett with the handle down low, spins, goes cross court. Mason Gooden three, left it long. Grant Weekly collects it, and he'll dribble up the floor right to left, near sideline, going down the left baseline. Checked by Tyler Gooden, spins into the lane, puts up the hook. Mackay next top of the key to Cromwell. Cromwell now onto the right side, Amankwa. Amankwa dribbling against Ross. Amankwa, free throw line, into the paint. Right side of the lane, picked it up. One-handed pass to Weekly, stolen away Matt Brett. Up the floor to Ross. Mackay Ross, right side of the lane. Layup no good. Rebound and put back is easy for Mason Gooden. Tied at 2, and quickly, Coach Shaver wants a 30-second timeout with 5:21 to play in the first.
Hey, that's a way to get the lid off the rim right there if you're the trail the layup man in transition.
Game, that's something that's a great key. That's true. If you trail, you're going to get some opportunities.
It's the hustle plays that end up winning ball games. And, you know, while we're struggling to shoot the ball early in this game, I mean, you could have expected that if you're a Warhawk fan coming back down to earth a little bit following the huge performance last week before Thanksgiving. But whoever's going to win this game, it's going to be on the defensive end, and the Warhawks are doing a good job staying pat on their men.
5:21 first quarter. And DeSales to inbound. Full court pressure by the Warhawks. Man-to-man full court. Mason Gooden draped all over Marshall Neal in the backcourt. They get it across. Tyler Gooden dives into the paint, hesitates. High left post shot. That's no good. Into the hands of Marshall Neal for DeSales. Works left elbow. A handoff. Harrigold drives left of the lane. That's no good at 2 apiece. Gets it into the near corner, Cromwell. Cromwell near side, going against Frazier. Picked up his dribble. Feeds outside to Marshall Neal. Dribbles across the lane, and a wide open block right side for Harrigold for 2.
Inexperienced double team from Mackay Ross right there. Left Harrigold wide open inside. Got to make sure we check that.
4-2 DeSales. Logan Frazier, ball up the floor. 4:24 to play on the clock of the first quarter. To take one too many steps, it'll be a travel on Mackay Ross. Laban Muhammad, and Ross will hit the bench.
A little bit of size for the Warhawks here on Grant Weekly. Impact.
Coming across, Marshall Neal. Again, Gooden draped all over him. He's got both Goodens draped all over him. Skips it far side, Amankwa onto the right point. Pulls up for the 3. Rims in and out, no good. Rebounded one-handed by Muhammad. Up the floor, Brett to Gooden. This is Tyler Gooden, and he'll bring it up. Slew of substitutions coming in next break. Cromwell up the floor, one-handed pass. Mason Gooden left of the lane, goes inside, kisses it off. Have an injured Warhawk as Coach Shaver and the training staff will go out to take a look at the injured on the near baseline.
Looks to be Liban Muhammad. Fantastic contest in the paint. Seemed to have landed awkwardly.
Yeah, they're looking at that left leg right now. 3:29 on the first quarter clock. And we're tied at 4 apiece. And Muhammad's going to get some help up from Coach Shaver and the training staff. And he'll have a little help coming to the and Coach Shaver will have to identify what he wants to do with that. So out of that injury timeout, DeSales will inbound on the baseline to our right. Full court man-to-man pressure by Westerville Central. They back off a little bit. Cromwell will bring it across the timeline. Cromwell, works near side to Marshall Neal on the wing. Left wing.
Marshall Neal dribbles top of the key. Floor to Matt Brett, little body bump, kisses it right side for two.
That didn't look like a freshman play right there from Cantrell at all. That's how you do the dirty work. Get the rebound and a quick outlet.
Dales turns the ball over.
Warhawks beating the Stallions at their own game right now. That trap on the wing is, talk about that no-look pass from Mekhi Ross in transition to get Tyler Gooden open in the paint. And a heck of a finish from Gooden to get a chance for the three-point play.
Evan Dreyer, his first team's 3 points for Tyler Gooden, and Westerville Central leads 9-4 here in this first quarter of action. 2:35 to play in Pulse.
Good defense from Gooden, even better offense from Marshall Neal.
9-6, Westerville Central with the lead and the basketball against DeSales. 2:18 to play first quarter. Tyler Gooden will give it off to McSide. Ross working to the near wing, and Cantrell. Back outside to Ross between the bucket to go. Potina will pick up his first for DeSales, team foul number 4. Anthony Potina committed that one, and going to the line is Mekhi Ross looking for his first points of the night for the silver and black, and that one just rolls in for his first point. And good news for Westerville Central, Mohammed is back on the bench.
It's fantastic to hear.
He might be available now. Mekhi Ross, second free throw, good. 2 for him, and Westerville Central makes it 11-6. Over to Sales, side to Dreyer for the 3, got it. And Tyler Gooden with a take that was a little out of control, I thought, but they're going to call the blocking foul underneath on DeSales. It's going to go against Evan Dreyer for his second team's number in the bonus the rest of the way this quarter.
I think Tyler Gooden might have gotten away with one right there. It's a little bit out of control, like you explained, but he gets the block and gets the chance at 2.
First one for Tyler Gooden is up, and it is good. Subs come in for DeSales.
I like what I see from that standpoint, though, is regardless whether it's a make or miss from DeSales, we're still going to get out and running. And we had a good opportunity there for something good, and we just happened to get bailed out.
DeSales with all players on the baseline, and they go. Kind of like lining up for a football play.
Yeah.
Amankwa will bring it across for the purple and white, who feeds Marshall Neal.
Now, let's see if Coach comes up with something to. Fantastic response, and way to stay. Looks like a inadvertent whistle from the ref. Not too sure what that was right in 3.
They actually called a foul on Mason Gooden there, so his first team's second. 1:07 to play in the first quarter. All over Marshall Neal. Marshall Neal, free throw line, pulls up left of it, and it's good, rattles home.
They get 3 in a row for Marshall Neal. He's hot.
16-13 is your score. Westerville Central to inbound. Full court pressure shown here by the Stallions of DeSales. Matt Brett to inbound. Near side baseline to our left. Gets it in Logan Frazier. Frazier checked by Marshall Neal. Will carry it left to right. Trying to get across the timeline and does. And Frazier is able to back off Marshall Neal outside. Ross the 3. That's no good. Cantrell fighting for the rebound. Got it. Put it back right side. Rolls off the rim. No. Loose ball left side of the court. And it's picked up by Cromwell of DeSales. He'll bring it left. Feed Marshall Neal near side on a wing. Back to Cromwell, top of the key with 25 seconds first quarter to play. Amankwa left point. Now to Grant Weekly right wing. Weekly to Marshall Neal between the circles. Seconds. There's 11 on the clock. A 3, far side, rims off, no good. Picked up by Mason Gooden, up the floor, Cantrell. To the lane, puts it up, can't get it to drop. And Westerville Central will lead DeSales after 1, 18-13 on COSN.
Buckeye football great and NFL Super Bowl champion Jim Lachey on sportsmanship.
Winning and losing can teach kids many lessons, but high school sports are truly about respecting your opponent, representing your school, and building the foundation for a lifetime of success. High school sports create memories that last a lifetime. HSAA are committed to following a high set of standards. Whether it's on the field or in the stands, we can all do our part to respect the game.
This message brought to you by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
This is the home of the
on the field. 1 of 5 behind the arc, 5 of 7 at the line with 10 rebounds. Thank you, statistician Skip Ford, for that one, as the Warhawks lead at 18-13 over DeSales. Start of this second quarter. Brent Ford, Lance Wyatt here with you. Down low is Grant Weekly, and he's able to bounce it in for 2.
We did a great job limiting him in the first quarter. An early bucket for him in the second.
Grant Weekly's first points of the night, 18-15 Westerville Central. 7:30 to play, first half. Logan Frazier for the Warhawks will have it. Bodies hit the floor. That time they'll call it a player control foul on Mason Gooden.
Yeah, and it was a right one. It was a great paint touch by Mason Gooden, drawing multiple defenders. But he got, once again, a little bit out of control there, trying to go up with an aggressive shot instead of the Warhawks.
7:22 on that second quarter clock, and it's 18 Central. Leading DeSales, who has the basketball. Marshall Neal right to left. Marshall Neal against Mason Gooden. Marshall Neal a drive down to the right block, puts it up, deflected by Matt Brett, got the rebound and put back for 2.
Wow. It's really just been the Marshall Neal show for this offense in the first half of the Stallions.
Full court pressure by the Stallions here in this second quarter. Warhawks get it across the timeline. Matt Brett drives, free throw line, bounce pass to Ross, right side, underneath the hoop, can't get it to go. Hits the other side of the iron, and it's a 1-point ball game. 18-17, Westerville Central leading. DeSales with the basketball. Marshall Neal will give it off to Amankwa. Amankwa high right side, dribbling top of the key. Comes to the near wing, and Harrigal hands it off Amankwa left point. Amankwa is going to draw a foul against Tyler Gooden, and that'll be the first on Tyler Gooden. Sideline in front of the Warhawk bench, goes into the backcourt to Marshall Neal. Stallions working right to left as we see it. Marshall Neal high left side. Marshall Neal left elbow, kicks it back outside. Weekly will have it now left point. Weekly between the circles. Weekly a one-hander to Amankwa. Amankwa looking for a screen to his left, dribbles to the right. Amankwa one-on-one with Tyler Gooden, pulls up free throw line, rolls off the rim, no good. Matt Brett the rebound for West first half. A 1-point ball game, Warhawks lead the Stallions 18-17. Frazier works to Ross between the circles, now to Logan Frazier, back to the far corner, and Mason Gooden drives the left baseline. Gooden puts it up. That one's left short. Rebound to Grant Weekly. Weekly dribbles up the floor right to left. Weekly into the paint. Stops, right block, puts up the shot, good for 2.
That's how you use your size right there if you're Weekly. Getting into the paint, turning his body.
Right wing, 5:24 second quarter. Warhawks down by 1 to the Stallions. Grant Weekly with a poke away, gets the steal, headed the other way. 1-on-2, hesitates, gets it stripped by Tyler Gooden, out of bounds, and the Stallions will keep the possession.
Weekly got away with that one there. It was a great steal and attack. Ball got stripped off his chest, but the refs are keeping it Stallions basketball.
Cantrell will come in for Makai Ross. He will Cromwell near side on a wing. Feeds a one-hander to Amankwa, left block, spins around Tyler Gooden, back into the paint, puts up the shot, no. Tyler Gooden will be called for the foul here.
Fouls are adding up for the Warhawks here in this second quarter. 3 quick ones in the first 3 minutes of the quarter. Looks like that means freshman C.J. Patton's going to get his first minutes of the day.
Amankwa at the line for DeSales. His first one is up, and it is. He's got 3 points now, and he was the leading. His second free throw. Ball will roll off the rim and go out of bounds. Westerville Central will have the possession. There'll be 5:06 to play in this second quarter. 20-18 is your score. St. Francis DeSales lead Central with the basketball, bringing it up the hook. Kiss off the glass for 2.
Perfect example of patience from our offense there, and great vision from Matt Brett to see the open lane.
First quarter for Westerville Central. It's tied at 20 now. Marshall Neal for DeSales works right side wing. Hands it off to Cromwell. Looking for a screen, drives against Matt Brett. A bouncer outside to Marshall Neal for the 3 is good.
He's going now. Marshall Neal scoring from all 3 levels of the floor.
23-20, DeSales leads Central. 4:19 to play, second quarter, and we're going to get a reach-in foul here on DeSales.
It'll be really interesting to see in the rest of this first half who especially with Tyler. I expect Mason Gooden and Logan Frazier to keep up their aggressiveness.
4:19 to play in this first half. Frey in the circles. Brett wants to drive, goes down to the right block, skips it far side. Cantrell. A three off the mark, no good. No, Matt Brett, you are out of bounds. It'll be Stallions' ball.
It was a great effort from Brett, however. A great take into the paint, drew the extra defender, had Cantrell for the open three, and almost got that offensive rebound.
And it's 23-20. He'll dribble it out between the circles. And Harrigal will work onto the near side wing. Now to Amankwa. Amankwa driving, sidesteps in the lane, puts it up left side for two.
That was a great take from using his athleticism to get above the rim. Biggest deficit for the Warhawks today.
Quarter, begging your pardon. Matt Brett, high left side. Fingertips of Mason Gooden out of bounds, and DeSales will have a couple subs with the basketball back.
Warhawks still pretty stagnant on the offensive end in the half court.
DeSales leading Westerville Central. Marshall Neal with a one-hander down low to Putina. Putina will bring it out on the high right. Checked by Patton. Putina drives, right block. Feeds outside to Amankwa. Amankwa spins, baseline, drives, reverse layup, rolls in for Amankwa. This has been a big quarter for DeSales. They're now up 7. Matt Brett on that left side for the Warhawks. The Central Warhawks have gone cold, only 2 points in this quarter so far. Stolen away, Amankwa on the pass. Amankwa the other way, gets it stripped by Frazier. They'll call it a foul.
Bit of an unnecessary pass from Frazier there. Stallions are starting to do what we want to do to other teams. They're speeding us up, creating pressure out of nowhere, just keeping there on the men. And a rough pass turns into a turnover. Free points, easy points.
Back iron miss, Amankwa. Rebound to CJ Patton. Frazier will bring it up left to right as we hit the 2-minute mark to play in this second quarter. Frazier inside, skips near side, Patton the three, off the rim, no good. Amankwa the rebound, and he'll dribble right. Sets up top of the key against Frazier. Marshall Neal into the paint, picks up his dribble, looks far side, somehow got tipped to Cromwell for a three, missed front of the rim, saved CJ Patton into the hands of Frazier. Westerville Central on the offensive move, bounce pass to Cantrell on the baseline, and it was a little too far.
I'm out of the ball game, but that's exactly what the Warhawks want to do. It's a great job on the defensive end getting a stop, and we're able to run out in transition. It was a good opportunity, just didn't end up happening for us. But, you know, there's been a bit of a trend here for both of these teams. When DeSales is scoring, they've been able to get stops on us. Get more. But a big problem for the Warhawks in this first half is our end to make in the second half.
In that first quarter, they were keeping pace a little bit with the Warhawks, but they've really turned it on now. Side with 1:21 to play in this second quarter. Stallions lead 28-20, an 8-point lead. Grant Wakely down to the right block for the Stallions with those pink shoes.
Yeah, he wasn't a fan of that call, but I actually think the ref got that one right. Seemed to have taken a pivot step and then a hop step, which leads to 3 steps, and, you know, then.
In the backcourt, Westerville Central trying to get across the timeline. They do. Matt Brett, high left side. Bounce pass to Cantrell, left baseline. Skips it, rebound, under a minute to play in the first half. Weekly, top one-hander onto the right side, Cromwell. Inside he goes, back out to Weekly. Drives to the right block, puts it up. That's no good, too hard off the glass. Matt Brett the rebound, bounces it up the floor to Frazier. 40 seconds to play until half. Frazier near side against Marshall Neal. Now Matt Brett, center logo. Matt Brett spins coverage, feeds it outside to Tyler Gooden, drives the baseline, puts it up too hard, rebound underneath. Cromwell now takes it on the sidestep left, missed the shot, rebound to Ross, so we'll have it in the paint, spins, fadeaway shot, that's no good. Rebound Grant Weekly for DeSales. He brings it up across the midcourt stripe. He'll go into the paint. Final 2 seconds, Weekly, still locker room. Trailing 28-20
and a frustrated Westerville Central coaching staff in that first half. They'll head to the locker room to talk things over, and our halftime report is next as Westerville Central trails DeSales 28-20 on COSN. Trails DeSales 28-20 on COSN.
Song again. Here's that song again. For the 100th time today. Here's that song again. It's gonna be stuck in your head all
bajillion times. Love them enough to make sure / the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Pro Football Hall of Famer Paul Warfield. There's just one place where students are students first and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports help young people become confident leaders, and school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
I'm a pretty I can even order lunch while doing my homework, but I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Connect with Central Ohio Sports Network on Twitter and Instagram at COSN Audio, and like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Central Ohio Sports Network. COSN social media will have score updates, pictures from the game, audio clips, interviews, and more. Follow and like today. Central Ohio's. Welcome to the Halftime Report on Central Ohio Sports Network.
Inside the halftime report, live from the Hawks Nest here at Westerville Central. Brent Ford, Lance Wyatt, and our statistician Skip Ford calculating up those first half numbers for us. Lance, it was a first quarter that was dominated Francis DeSales.
Yeah, there was a complete turn of events from quarter to quarter as the Warhawks were owning the first, obviously getting out and running at will. But then it was a switch up in the second quarter. St. Francis DeSales were able to settle down on the offensive end, generate some good looks, and in turn, have some great defensive possessions on their end as well. So now the big question for the Warhawks is, where can they get their offense from when they're not creating turnovers on the other side of the floor? Well, for the Warhawks in the backcourt of Macy, what adjustments Coach Shaver makes in the second half, the Warhawks have been doing a good job getting those paint touches. I just don't think we've been making those extra passes to get those good shots into great shots, and that's something we're going to have to do in the second half.
Well, right now, Lance, Westerville Central shooting 31% from the field, 7 of 23, 17% from behind the arc, 1 of 6, 5 of 7, 72% at the foul line, 17 boards. Matt Brett and Cantrell each with 4 rebounds, 3 steals, and 7 turnovers for the Silver and Black here at the break. Those 3 steals are pretty big, and they're spread out. Tyler Gooden, Mason Gooden, and Makai Ross. But those 7 turnovers really hurting right now. And, yeah, you're not shooting the ball well inside, but you got to keep trying. You got to get to the free throw line.
Haven't been going our way in the first half. Taller defenders. But, yeah,
COSN.
Ignore the way, phone's blowing up. Ignore the way. Phone's blowing up, but you're in the driver's seat. Ignore your eyes on the street. No text back, no scroll, just let it wait.
Donate and the Ad Council.
Jill, why don't you tell the class what you did this weekend?
Well, my dad and I went in search of some magical minnows and found a zillion of them in the stream from our lookout till it got dark. And
you and your friends to the forest this week. It's closer than you think. Check out discovertheforest.org.
On life lessons through sports.
The member schools of the Ohio High School Athletic
Association.
You're listening to the Halftime Report on Central.
St. Francis DeSales here at the break. Brent Ford, Lance Wyatt, and left.
Generate better shots in the half court. I think, our defense, we've had our ups and downs in this half, but I think we're playing pretty sound. It's generated plenty of problems for us, and we've been driving in the paint, getting those paint touches. I think we just need to make those one more extra passes to turn those good shots into great shots. Do that, as well as continuing to rebound.
Yeah, Westerville Central coming out of the locker room right now, as DeSales as well is coming out of the locker room to warm up for this second.
20 on this chilly
Central Ohio Sports Network.
I love playing. Million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the OHSAA and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
On Twitter and Instagram at COSN Audio, and like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Central Ohio Sports Network. COSN social media will have score updates, pictures from the game, audio clips, interviews, and more. Follow and like today. Central Ohio Sports Network. Sports coverage by the fan.
Second half about to get underway here from the Hawks Nest inside Westerville Central High School. Glad you could be with us. School was canceled today due to the snow, so a lot of basketball games starting tonight were the day.
Definitely a shakeup. I'm sure it's positive on one side. You don't have to. On the other side, you get out of rhythm of your. But definitely leaning on the positive side for St. Francis de Sales. Let's see what Coach Shaver had, brought up to his squad in halftime meetings.
In their home white uniforms, de Sales in their road purples, and it's 28-20 de Sales. Here's Logan Frazier for the Warhawks working on the right side wing. Looks for a screen, feeds it to Matt Brett on that right wing. Brett pumps, drives down to the right baseline, kins away from his defender, still on that wing. Now feeds back outside to Tyler Gooden. Between the circles, on the right point. Ross will dribble it around, drive down to the right block after a couple of spins, puts it too hard off the glass. It's a miss and into the hands of de Sales, who pushes left to right quickly to Amonkwa, lays it up, finger roll for two.
First 30 seconds of this third quarter has been the story of the game. Really a decent look at the rim from Makai Ross, but missed layups always turns into made layups on the other end, and de Sales does that once again.
7:10 to play. Third quarter, here's Matt Brett on the take.
Absolutely, he seems like he's been the X factor on the offensive end for us. Got to find a way to get him more involved on the offensive end.
He's got 6 points, de Sales with the basketball and the lead, 30-22. Amonkwa left wing for the Stallions. Amonkwa working against Ross. On the high right post, now a one-hander to Marshall Neal, stolen away by Westerville Central. It was initially tipped by Mason Good, trying to come away with it, but then Marshall Neal for de Sales will commit the foul.
There led to Grant Weekly, having to give up the basketball a little earlier than he wanted, which created a turnover for the Warhawks.
And it's going to be good for and he'll take it down low to Frazier, who puts it up for two. Logan Frazier on the board tonight.
Game of runs right here, and Westerville Central's going on theirs right now.
We're going to get a
third foul of the.
It's now 30-27 de Sales. They'll have the basketball. Amonkwa right side wing to Marshall Neal. Neal trips up, loose ball picked up inside by the Stallions. Amonkwa has it to the near side wing. Now steps inside the arc. A little 18-footer is good.
Amonkwa just finding a sweep spot there, 15 feet away from the basket. Terrific pull-up jumper.
He's got 12 now on the night. Westerville Central has the basketball. 3 on the way for Mason Gooden, and it rattles home.
Gooden heating up at the perfect time for the Warhawks, just what we needed.
2-point lead for de Sales, 32-30. 5:22 to play, and a steal by Tyler Gooden, lays it up right side, and we're tied.
Wow. Woo. Mason Gooden putting his body on the line, trying to draw a charge off of Marshall Neal before the inbound.
So there was a whistle, and then the official signals to the scores table that it's a technical on Tyler Gooden.
So I know there is a rule that they implemented a couple years ago in high school basketball. When you flop a charge, they'll call a technical foul. I think it could have gone either way, close call, but not an advantage of the Warhawks.
Cromwell shoots the technical free, 1 for 2. So Coach Shaver wanted a flop earlier on de Sales, didn't get it, but then they call the flop on Tyler Gooden's sideline. Amonkwa behind the back dribble, one-handed layup on the right side for 2.
Tyler Gooden gets him on one end. Next possession, Amonkwa gets him right back.
And a steal by the Stallions on the run by Westerville Central. It's Grant Weekly with the steal and the layup on the right side.
Weekly showing off his bag, going coast to coast for the layup.
All of a sudden, right side finds a cutting Ross, who can't handle the pass. Foul is going to go against Harrigal for his team's second.
Harrigal got a little too excited there. Stuck his hand in the cookie jar. May have bailed out the Warhawks once again, as it looked like Makai Ross was losing control of the basketball.
So Tyler Gooden and Mason Gooden still in the game, each with 3 fouls. Tyler Gooden 3, left it short. Marshall Neal the rebound, fighting for it on the floor with Mason Gooden still on the floor. Tries to get it outside and does. Cromwell, high pass to Amankwa, off of his, goes for that basketball.
You know, with aggressive and physical play from these guards from both teams, it can lead to fouls like we talked about. And now that's 3 on Marshall Neal. And let's see if the Warhawks can take advantage of this opportunity with him now on the bench.
Logan Frazier, center circle, near side Tyler Gooden, got his defender to fall. Gooden drives the baseline against Weekly, and he's going to draw the foul. Harrigal was tied up with him and brought him down. The third on Ethan Harrigal, team foul number 4 for the Stallions.
Yeah, fouls are really starting to be taking out both of his starters with 3 fouls, while Coach Shawver, you know, knowing they're going to come back and win this ball game, each with 3 fouls, sticking it out.
Potina back into the game for DeSales. It's 37-32 Stallions. Warhawks to inbound as we're halfway through this third quarter. Inbounding will be Matt Brett in front of us between the scores table and his bench. Brett gets it into Frazier. Back to Brett. Drives to his right. Now brings it out on the high right side. Matt Brett spins. Into the lane he goes. Dishes it near side. Gooden. Frazier. 3 left wing. Good.
I tell you, stay shot ready. Logan Frazier right there. Getting the offense started and closing it out as well. Terrific 3.
37-30 off of Gooden. And he'll stay with the Stallions.
Sometimes even when you do everything right, it still doesn't go your way. And it was a great hustle play from Tyler and out the big men of the Stallions. But ball rolls out of bounds. DeSales will keep it.
3:23 to play. Here's Weekly in the paint. Hesitates, puts up the shot. Gets across the timeline. Checked by Dre at high right side. Now goes Weekly. Up the floor goes Weekly. Pump fakes the pass. Can't lay it up. Loose ball outside. Bounce pass. He'll feed up the floor to Patina. Patina down low to Weekly, right side. Puts up the awkward shot, left it short. Matt Brett the rebound, Westerville Central. And these players are a little bit tired. Loose ball.
That was a dangerous pass. Balls trying to get over the zone and the press from the Stallions, as that's what's led to most of the turnovers tonight.
Anthony Patina will pick up his second, team's 5th. Tyler Gooden is going to go to the free throw line, but right after the Stallions take this full timeout here in this third quarter, they need a breather. I think both teams needed a breather after that back and forth.
A lot of missed layups in this back and forth affair from the Warhawks and Stallions. Now, I've been very surprised to see this game. It's a big reason why we're still in this ball game, as he's been attacking that paint all game long. But, you know, majority of his shots haven't been able to go his way. We got to make sure that continues if we want to win this ball game. But other than that, you know, it's been the same for us Warhawks for the majority of this game. We've been doing a good job getting to that paint, generating those touches. Just can't finish around the rim. And, you know, it seems like to me, whoever's able to do that down the stretch quarter is going to end up winning this ball game.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I talked to his dad before the game, but Grant Weekly coming off an injury, so he's only been basketball ready for a short time.
Okay.
So he's still trying to get back into that flow, but he's finding a little bit more and more. He's just got to get now that touch back
Absolutely.
in there.
You can tell he's got some rhythm to his game. He's had a really nice edge, just been struggling around.
And now everyone's on the floor. That's supposed to be there. Tyler Gooden at the line for Westerville Central. And the free throw is up and it is good. He's got 8 points. Toss a breather. Another one for Tyler Gooden is up and it is good. 9 points for him. And just like that, Lance, we're tied at 37.
I mean, last 5 years of this matchup gives any description of what we're going to get in this fourth quarter. You know, all of these matchups against these guys have been within 5 points. Expect no less down the stretch here today.
To Frazier, high left side. Checked by Weekly. Frazier moves top of the key. High pass to Brett, near side wing. Feeds far side, tipped up into the air and out of bounds of DeSales. Matt Brett will inbound in front of the Hawks Nest far sideline. And he brings it across as we're under 2 to play in the intro.
First one in a long time for Weekly there.
Backcourt passing between Mason Gooden and Logan Frazier. They get it across the right wing. Penetrates inside, puts up the shot, no, draws the foul. Evan Dreyer will pick up his third, and that puts Mason Gooden at the free throw line for Westerville Central. 10 points for Mason Gooden on the evening. This free throw, as he eyes it, toes it, shoots it. Free throws are probably going to be the name of the game for Westerville Central here down the stretch.
Absolutely, with the way the game's been, just about who can make them.
Mason Gooden converts both free throws. Now we're tied again, 39. A minute 10 to play in the third quarter. Marshall Neal will have it, center logo. Marshall Neal goes left side, 3 on the way for DeSales. That's a miss for Dreyer. Picked up by Pfeiffer of Central. Gives it off Mason Gooden. A feed into the air corner, Matt Brett 3. Back iron miss. Amankwa with the rebound, Central. Picked up his dribble. He's trapped in the backcourt, finds Cantrell. Cantrell will bring it up on the high right side now. Finds Pfeiffer, center logo. Sets for the silver and black. Pfeiffer, the junior, is going to have head coach Max Shaver did timeout. It looked like they were a little unsure and unset in that offensive stance.
Yeah, I don't know if they were able to get into a set or if they just couldn't hear Shaver there, but while they were trying to figure all that out, the ref was getting ready to call that 5 call for the defender staying tight on Pfeiffer. Great timeout from Coach Shaver.
Good showing.
And in here, it's a little bit more packed. The crowd will start filling in more and more.
So out of the timeout, DeSales and Westerville Central will each have 3 timeouts remaining as we have 32 seconds remaining in this third quarter. So we'll have to keep an eye on the timeouts as well in the later part of this game. Matt Brett to inbound for Westerville Central. Center logo, Frazier, center logo. Mason Gooden, near sideline. Takes a one-handed dribble to Ross. Back to Mason Gooden. Now Logan Frazier, high right. Goes right sideline to Tyler Gooden. There's 7 on the clock now. Here's Tyler Gooden. A take into the lane. Hesitates. Goes underneath. Rolls it in. Tyler Gooden.
Great patience to break the zone to end the quarter for the Warhawks.
On COSN.
Connect with Central Ohio Sports Network on Twitter and Instagram @COS. And like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Central Ohio Sports, interviews, and more. Follow and like today. Central Ohio Sports Network. Sports coverage.
That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Sports in Ohio. This message presented by the
fourth quarter, excuse me. I went back in time on that one, about to get underway. DeSales will have the possession here on COSN. Brent Ford, Lance Wyatt, statistician Skip Ford, keeping the tallies for us. One rebound, hook on the right side is good for Bumps. Walking a tightrope, keeps it alive. Now double teamed is good. And underneath Matt Brett, puts up a body and puts it in for 2.
I tell you, withstand the missed foul calls from Mason Gooden right there, finding a wide open cutting Matt Brett.
Under 7 to play in the game. Marshall Neal for DeSales. Up by Harrigal, outside to Cromwell. Cromwell drives into the paint, puts it up with the right hand. That's no good. A one-handed right-handed rebound, and he lays it up.
Points for his team.
Tied at Tyler Gooden. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line to far side baseline to our left. It'll be Frazier to inbound. 6:21 to play. Tied at 43. Grant Weekly steals the inbound. He's headed the other way. Weekly will put it up. And DeSales will lead by 2, 45-43. Here's Frazier to Matt Brett for West on Ross as he drives that one.
That was a bang-bang play right there. It looked like the Warhawks had the St. Francis DeSales out of sorts there as they switched up to man for that one possession.
Ross over Westerville Central. Amankwa fighting in the backcourt. Tyler Gooden all over him. Amankwa gets it across the timeline. Now he's double-teamed by the Goodens, high right side. Skips it.
Possession from the Warhawks right there, waiting for Amankwa to turn his head, get caught in a corner, and he ends up throwing it away.
5:41 to play. Here's Tyler Frazier to Cantrell, top of the key. Frazier to Tyler Gooden on the right wing. Cromwell will pick up his second, team's second for DeSales. And Westerville Central will inbound on the far sideline. It'll be Matt Brett, but not before Marshall Neal will check in for DeSales, replacing Dreyer.
I'll tell you what, though, the Stallions are doing a great job keeping the Warhawks.
Center circle for Westerville Central, trailing by 2, 45-43 to DeSales. 5:07 to play. Tyler Gooden near
from Tyler Gooden right there. Got to try and make up for it on the defensive end.
5:02, fourth quarter. And it's 45-43 DeSales. Marshall Neal, left to right as we see it, brings it across for the Stallions. He'll set up between the circles, double teamed, now gets around it, near side wing, into the paint he goes, puts up the shot, draws the foul. Foul will go against Logan Frazier. That'll be his third, team's second. So now you've got both Goodens and Frazier all with 3 fouls. DeSales. His first one is up, and it is good. He's got 12 points, and the Stallions extend their lead to 3. One more for Marshall. Central will have the ball, trailing in this one with 4:45 to play. Here's Tyler Gooden onto the high left side by Harrigal. Loose ball into the air as he saved it from going out of bounds, but Tyler Gooden will have the possession. Tyler Gooden dribbles it to the near side wing. Tyler Gooden, top of the key, works it right side, Matt Brett. Matt Brett trying to force a defender off. Grant Weekly will approach him. Here's Matt Brett. Free throw line, hesitates, finds Gooden. Right side, skips it near side, Cantrell. Cantrell will lose the basketball. Taken away by Harrigal of DeSales. High right side, he's trapped by Mason Gooden. Gives it off. Grant Weekly, free throw line, inside Amonkwa for 2.
For DeSales right now, give themselves a 6-point lead.
49-43, Matt Brett goes inside, and they're going to call it a foul on Grant Weekly. That'll be his first, and it's 49-43. He's going to call the foul on Cromwell.
You want to keep being aggressive. If you're the Warhawks here, you got a chance to get in the bonus with just under a half of the quarter left to play.
Leads into the lane, puts up the layup, no, but draws the foul. Ross, his second, team's third.
Yeah, Tyler Gooden's not too happy with that. As, like I always say, a missed layup on one end will turn into a layup on the other. And I think a big reason why Tyler Gooden didn't get that call is because he didn't go up strong with his left hand. He tried to avoid the defense by going up with his right.
First, his second.
Right there from Logan Frazier, it seemed like. One man was boxing out, another man did nothing.
Deep three for Matt Brett. Rebound Tyler Gooden. The putback good for 2. And we're quick whistle and timeout. There'll be a 30-second timeout for the Warhawks. Second timeout for the Silver and Black.
Yeah, it was a quick run for the Stallions as well to start this fourth quarter, as they have really gotten out and found some composure in the half court for their offense. I think a big reason to that is the big three that you were mentioning in the pregame. They've really set the tone in this fourth quarter, finding looks that they want in Weekly, Marshall Neal, and Amonkwa. We got to find a way to slow them down these last 3 minutes if we're going to win this ball game. Now, something to keep an eye on is that Marshall Neal has 4 fouls.
And it's 52-45. DeSales leading Westerville Central. Central showing full court behind Amonkwa. Amonkwa, they're still in the backcourt. Harrigal gets no good.
Right now, you got to put a body on your man. You must, especially in the most, got to be limiting to your opponent to 1.
Trails St. Francis DeSales with 2:31 to play here in the game.
Now, I don't expect St. Francis DeSales to take a shot on this possession unless it's an open layup or wide open 3. Other than that, expect
4th on Mason Gooden.
That's a huge call from the referees right there. Now, if you're Mason Gooden, you're wondering how aggressive can I really be down the stretch here.
Marshall Neal gets the ball in the backcourt. Trapped by the Goodens, finds Amonkwa. Near side, Harrigal on a wing. Harrigal against Ross, 2:18 to play. Amonkwa. This defense is going to have to be a little bit tighter here for Westerville Central if they want to have possession.
Bucket from Amonkwa there.
9-point DeSales lead, 54-45. Under 2 minutes to play. Mason Gooden spins, puts it up with a great spin.
Impressive over.
Marshall Neal splits 2 defenders, loose ball. Amonkwa picks it up, into the lane he goes, puts up the shot, deflected by Matt Brett. Herigol the rebound.
Bring out this Warhawk defense.
We got 1:08 to play, and Westerville Central trails 56-47. And this will be a foul by Matt Brett.
Yeah, the Warhawks are just running out of gas right here. Even when they found a way to get stops in this fourth quarter, they just haven't been able to get those key rebounds. Warhawk fan.
Matt Brett picked up his first, team's 5th. Marshall Neal at the line. He now has 14 on that one. And it's a 10-point DeSales lead. Is up and good. 15 wrap up. We'll wrap things up in this game number 2 of the season. Line is Tyler Gooden. He's got 13. One bounces home. Little rattle, hits the glass and then in. 10-point Westerville Central deficit. DeSales in command here with their drops in. Amonkwa flashes center logo, gets it across the timeline. He sets up in the front court. 40 seconds to play. And it'll put Chase Cromwell at the line to shoot 2 for DeSales.
Other than a miracle here, it looks like it's really just been a game of runs. First and third quarter really went in Central's way, but in the second and fourth, it's been all DeSales, and you know, nothing different this fourth quarter and down the stretch.
60-49, DeSales lead, final 33 seconds. Matt Brett 3 steps to his left, fires it up, that's no good. Weekly the rebound DeSales. Cromwell in the backcourt. Splits 2 white jerseys, all near sideways. Start to make their way toward the exits. And Chase Cromwell will shoot 2 for DeSales with an 11-point lead. Throws. 62-49. DeSales leads Westerville Central. Turnover by Matt Brett and Logan Frazier into the hands of Cromwell. Westerville Central will fall to St. Francis DeSales by a final score of 62-49. And the Warhawks will drop to 1-1 season. And the Stallions now are 2-0. Ascend.
Like yourself, not the seriously know-it by you. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? And to get back in the game. So I signed up to be a high school official. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in Ohio at highschoolofficials.com.
I need you to stay, please, so always be. I need you to stay, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
I perform for our high school choir director, who taught me to breathe from the diaphragm and sing from the heart.
Speech, debate, theater. Performing arts teach valuable life lessons that typically aren't taught in the classroom. They help high school students learn leadership skills that prepare them to enjoy more satisfying, productive lives.
Hey, I've got a question for you. Who will you perform for?
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the high school in your community.
But Brent Ford, Lance Wyatt's down to station, Skip Ford, calculating up those final numbers for us as break, and I thought it was a good point. The score
able to find their, biggest piece of momentum all night. Weekly was finally getting going in that fourth quarter, as I believe he had 8 or 10 points in that fourth quarter alone. But a big factor for the Warhawks that we got to work on going into our matchup on Friday against Pickerington North is scoring in the half court. And, we talked about it a bunch. And I thought our defense looked – it's just when we're not getting stops, we got to find a way to score.
Sales went on that big run that year to Sales. Leading scorer Mason Gooden had 14. Matt Brett finishes with 8. Logan and Mekhi Ross with 2 in this one. Both those coming from the free throw line. 2 in this one. Both those coming from the free throw line for Mekhi Ross. Well, like you said, this whole game was runs, and it was basketball. You play this game again, it could be basketball. You play this game again, it could be Westerville Central on the other side of that scoreboard.
Absolutely. I mean, just because we took this loss, we're going to learn from this matchup. It was good for us as the second game of the year. It should lead to a lot of great things down the stretch. But if we played again tomorrow, it would be a different outcome in this game. Both these teams were very even-keeled. You know, they were tied down the stretch. Just a big run for DeSales to end the game.
Of 43, 29% from behind the arc, 4 of 14, 85% at the line, 11 of 13. So for 9 steals for Central will finish this one. Field, what do you take away from that?
I'm not looking too much at those numbers exactly. I'm looking at how many exactly we got. As you know, first half numbers, we had 7 rebounds in the second half as a team. There's a big reason why they were getting more points in that fourth quarter. It's because they were getting more rebounds and generating more opportunities. We knew there was going to be a good chance for the Warhawks to have a bit of a come down shooting the basketball tonight, but I don't think that was the exact answer to the reason why we lost. I think, and it ended up adding up come the fourth quarter.
Westerville Central falls next for St. December, and it's on the last 2 days on December the 6th. Then they've got Thomas Worth schedule right around 7:10, 7:30 tip-off down there from Pickering, at Hilliard Bradley. They'll return home Grove City, away at Gahanna Lincoln, and then 2 more home games before and after all his insight coming into each game as well. For our continued coverage, Hawks Nest, the St. Francis DeSales Stallions get the win 62-49. The Westerville Central Warhawks. We'll talk to you on Friday night from Pickerington right here on your home of the Warhawks, Central Ohio Sports Network.
This has been Post-Game Wrap-Up on Central Ohio Sports Network. Any fashion without express written consent. For information on Central Ohio Sports Network or how to advertise